later date. Thank you guys so much for um, joining us, and let's throw. Let's go. So yeah, today we're just gonna be throwing. I don't really have anything special really planned, but we're just throwing some knives and axes tonight, and just having a chill, all around chill time. So if you're watching this at a later date, thank you for joining us, and thank you for checking us out. We're Danger's Edge, and I'm glad that you found our channel because we do some pretty crazy outdoor stuff. This is what we do for our lives. It's just the easiest thing. We need the internet to do it, so we do it at our homes. Thank you guys for joining, and yeah, you're in for a nice treat. I'm just gonna be throwing, having some fun. I don't really have any challenges thought of or anything I need to do right now, but it's always just nice to get a good throwing session in during the week to keep your muscles sharp and your throwing sharper. So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to be throwing just a light array. I don't have as many knives for this throwing session just because it's pretty late and I'm kind of tired. So I just want to chill and kind of just throw some of my favorites right now. We are throwing the DWFKHT throwing axe pack of 3. This is actually the silvery is what these ones are called. I think it's a really funny name because they are silvery. They're gonna glint in the light for you guys all to see very well. And then we're also doing the black and the silver DWFKHT throwing axe. This is just the classic length. So it's not the little bit shorter one that comes with that sharpening stone that you just saw on the channel. But yeah, these are all in the links in bio and such and all that fun stuff. And I'll also be throwing the, for the knives, I'll be throwing the DWFKHT Tangman. These Tangmen have been, I've been really falling in love with these knives specifically because these ones are really a great time. I have nothing bad to say about anything DWFKHT has sent us, so it's been really awesome. As well as I will be throwing the newest addition to the crew, which is the Vulture Blade. These are the SMAR, so the SMAR, the SMAR 8s and the SMAR 10s, which the only difference I can figure out from the SMAR 8s from the SMAR 10s is just the oxidized color on the knives. So I got Bodie back in the background over here. He's just watching everybody walk by the house at this hour of the day. He doesn't like when people do that. But yeah, we'll be kicking it. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, hit them in the chat. I'll be checking them out every periodically or whatnot. But of course, I use the front camera to give you guys a better view. So I do have to step to the back in order to see that. But again, if you're watching this at a later date, I thank you for checking us out, and I really thank you for checking and watching these lives after they're posted too, because they're always fun, especially when something crazy happens. You never know what's going to happen. So let's start out with something chill. I'm just going to do some classic overhands. And, I just remembered I actually have to go get some some new logs tonight, which is going to be fun. Luckily, I got to go. It's pretty close by, so I just got to go grab them. And I'm glad I remembered that. I'm actually going to set a little alarm just so I know I can go do that because I don't want to miss out on these logs. And I've got 5 people already watching. Boom. Nice, dude. That's sweet. Sorry, guys. I had to set that set that little timer going. But yeah, once you hit 50 subs, definitely go live. It's always a fun time. What we found is that it's really easy to find your community that way, right? So really find out who's down to watch your channel and who's down to kind of watch what you're making. This is, definitely very specific. We do specific things on our lives. Obviously, we just throw in the backyard, but our channel is dedicated to throwing axes and knives in the woods. So it is a little bit different than what our channel is based around, but doing lives has been a great way to grow our channel. I do recommend if you are going live for the first few times that have like a structure, you know, have something that you want to accomplish during the live, because it really helps the viewer to understand like what you're doing. This one's going to be kind of different. You know, I'm just chilling, having a conversation with you all, and yeah, I'm just going to be throwing for a little bit. So just get one in and have some fun. So I'm going to throw just some axes right now. I don't want to mix all of them up right now. It's, you know, it's always fun, but you know what? I can actually pocket some knives. I pocket just the schmars, the SMARs. Put them in my pocket here. Pocket full of knives is the Danger's Edge minimum here. And again, I'll just throw in these 2 axes here for those of you that are just joining us. And thank you guys for all the liking and subscribing and the reactions and such. But yeah, let's throw. And then I've got the schmars, SMARs, and these I'm going to throw some no spin. I really want to get really good no spins with these, because these things have been catering really well for the no spin from different distances. They have been taking some getting used to just because of their weight, but you know, as any knife, it takes some time. Anybody that's thrown a knife realizes, hey, that stuff ain't easy. Especially if you're throwing a knife that's like a completely different shape than the other knives that you've ever thrown. Like these schmars are similar to what I've thrown before, but the weight on them is definitely interesting. And then they are a shorter knife than I'm used to as well. So like an up close of these again, just to show you guys. Hopefully you guys can see those pretty well. Oh yeah, you can see that beautifully. Look at that lighting. Oh man, it's like I planned it or something. So yeah. Yeah, and I like, man, I got all the advice I can give you. It's always really fun to help other channels grow as well. That was a rejection piece, if I've ever seen one, but I didn't really hit it that hard. Ooh, that one went right over. And let me grab another here. With the no spins on these, I gotta actually step further away, I feel like. So I can put more into it. Yeah, that's better. Those feel better further away than they do close. I think it's hilarious. Ugh. Some knives are always, hey, this one's great, you know, close up, and this one's better further, but this one's great from further. So yeah, I'm gonna just be quiet for a second. I just want to throw and just enjoy my time out here and just have a nice little throwing session while you guys kind of enjoy the show. And I'll do some little trick shots here and there. I'll maybe do some movement, have some fun with it, drink some water, stay hydrated. But yeah, we're just chilling. I'll give you guys another close-up of the axes as always, so you know what I'm throwing. But yeah, there you go. Those are those. And then those are these. These are the big ones. And of course, schmars. That's what they look like. That's what we're throwing tonight. So yeah, let's get it. That log doesn't want to take any of the axes today. Woohoo. I'm gonna get some more light out here. Turn on big lights. All right. Ooh, that made it look really inviting back here. Look at that. And then we got Bodie thinking somebody, intruder's coming, Bodie. It's just me. Yeah. Yeah. But thank you, Bodie, for protecting the home. Thank you so much. You're such a good guard dog. You're real big, mean looking. But you look like, oh, ouch, that one hurt. Pinched my finger there. You look like a mean dog, but you're so nice. You sound mean. You look mean, but you ain't mean. Which is good. Does anybody in the chat have a mean dog? I know there's some mean dogs out there. He's not one of them. He's just a cutie patootie is what he is. But he can bark. He's got a loud bark. And Bodie, I gotta move you, man. You can't be over there. I'm sorry. Yeah, come in. Good boy. Yep. Sit. Everybody loves to watch you. Sit. Good boy. Yeah. There you go. Let's stick all these schmars too. Whoa. It wanted to bounce back. It needed that throwback. Ooh, almost all of them that time. Happens to the best of us. It's always that last one that you're not thinking enough or thinking too much about it. Pocket full of knives. It's actually a great jacket for it because it's got really big pockets. And Bodie, you're doing such a good job sitting. I wish I had some treats, but I got some pets for you. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Okay, let's keep throwing. You're such a good mascot, Bodie. Yeah. I just want to stick these in something else. Ooh. There you go. And I think I know I can stick all 4 of these on this right log here, no problem. Let's do some big no spins here. If I can get them on point here. There you go. Oh, that one felt good. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, I know one went down here somewhere. This is the only problem about throwing at night. You gotta stick them or you're looking for knives or axes a little bit longer than you want to. So, let me see. Might have lost a few knives already, but that's okay. We've got the other ones if we gotta look for them later. At least I got the big lights out here. Oh, there's one right there. Perfect. And then I'm just missing one of the other ones. And it's right there. Perfect. Look at that. That's the best part about having lighted up backyard back here. You can see them, no problem. You just got to know what you're looking for. And they'll pop right up. But yeah, I'm going to definitely pick up those logs tonight. I told my sister she had somebody cut down a nice tree. So don't miss out on an opportunity to get yourself some fresh logs. If anybody's watching that knows how hard it is to get a fresh log on your setup for free, never pass up a good cookie because you may not find another one for a while. But Bodie, you want to go? You can go. Go for it. You want to sit? You want to sit over here? Here. Well, you got to be on this side because I don't want to throw where you could potentially get hurt. I don't like that. But yeah, let's keep throwing. You want one overspun? That's one of my favorite things to do with those. There you go. And then take these 4, the schmars. Still working on that no spin. There you go. There. Ooh, that one fell right out, so I'll take that back. I don't feel like that deserved to fall out, Bodie, so let's get it. There you go. Oh, that one didn't want to stick in either. I'm going to do one of these again. Got to get it with this one. There you go. I'm loving those. I'm going to pocket those for now. And I think I'm going to move on to a different knife. Schmars are really, really fun. Oh, that one hurt. Whew. Axe to the ankle, everybody. Axes are dangerous, just so everybody is aware. You know, I make it look easy sometimes, but be aware these are heavy and sharp, and you do not want to be on the other side of them, and never throw them at people. And, you know, one love, be nice to your neighbor, and be a good person. There's a lot of hate out there right now. Don't be a dick. There you go. Right on the top of that one. Oh, I wanted to throw different knives. All right, Tangmans. I'm just gonna throw some Tangmans. Just check on the chat, see how we're doing now. Nice. Now we're up to 108. I love that. Hit us in the comments. What are you? What's up? You know, what are you doing tonight? You know, where are you watching from? Furthest place we had was oh man, I always forget, Australia, and also Germany, which is pretty sweet. So, are you still in the shot? Let's see if you're in the shot, Bodie. Let's see if everybody can bask in your glory still. Oh, I got to move it back just so you can. Everybody loves to see the doggo. I got a throwing dog. He does good. Nice. Florida. Sick, dude. Nice. Florida's nice. Pretty cool spot. Here it's really hot every time of the everywhere every day over there. Florida seems pretty sweet. Not a bad place to be. Wow. Miami always sounds like a great time. But me, I like greenery too much. I like spaces where I can. Ooh, that's a big one. I like spaces where I can explore and not have to worry about alligators. I do love alligators, though. Alligators is one of my favorite animals. I actually have a alligator foot that I got in New Orleans. It's pretty sweet. I've got an alligator head. I've got some alligator things in my life, and I really enjoy them. Overall, though, I would have to say I would pick a bear as a pet versus an alligator. Obviously, I have a pet bear already, so I've already made it, in my opinion. I'm already winning. I'm number one. But this is Bodie, everybody that's watching. Everybody say hello, Bodie, in the chat. If you say Bodie's name, he gets a single pet on the head. Yeah. And they're going to give you bunches of pets, Bodie. I know it. I'm going to throw these axes first. Ooh, I should have stuck. There you go. I'm throwing different styles with those. It's always fun. Pocket these knives again. Boop. Pocket full of knives on danger's edge. Bare minimum, huh, Bodie? If I don't have a pocket full of knives, am I even throwing? Let's get a close up for everybody for the axes and such. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, absolutely, dude. Send me a bunch of photos of alligators, man. I love that. Dude, you got to have a bunch of alligators. I got to ask, man, Chapel Kitchen, it sounds like you're, you know, if you got a kitchen, have you cooked alligators up there, man? I've cooked a few alligators myself. Never had to skin them. The ones that I was cooking were only about, or were, you know, they were farmed ones, so they were kind of smaller. And they already had the heads removed and feet removed and already skinned, so we were just smoking them, and they were really good. But that was like industrial cooking kind of style. So, you know, that's always fun. But I always felt like, you know, I've watched butchering videos of those, and those are really intense to butcher, it seems. So always cool to see different, you know, I guess, butcher styles is the only way I can say that. But that's because I was a chef before all of this, before moving out here. And I still chef it up for my friends and family. Just that's not what I'm currently doing with my life. Ooh, I got a nice little burr in my finger here. And yeah. Ooh, let me get that burr out here. Right in my pinky. Oh, that's gonna be fun. The wife always likes to take out my splinters. She's always ecstatic. I actually prefer it when she does it because it pulls out really nice and smooth whenever she does. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's a good one though. There you go. Got it out. Got out the burr, Bodie. Yeah, nobody said Bodie, so I can't pet you. I'm just kidding. I'll pet you. I'll give you pets. Of course, I'll give you pets. Yeah. Big guy, Bodie. Keep it up. Keep being cute. I love to see you. I wonder if I actually throw this the opposite way. If I'm doing instinctive, let's see what that's like. Oh, that's horrible. Not recommended for that. The straight edge is what you need for instinctive for sure. I could probably figure that out, but it's not worth it when it works, you know? Don't break something that ain't broken. Pocket these again. Boop, boop. Put them right in there. One thing I will say about these little throwing axes, you know, I have a really fun time trying to get them really close to each other, but you end up getting a few burrs on them. Just par for the course, as they say. Let me unburr these. Unfleur the bird. I just rub them on a piece of. Ooh, that was a good one too. Ooh, did it get me? Ooh, I think I did get another burr, but I'll capture that burr later. Let's throw some axes here. There you go. I like throwing those because there's 3 of them. My favorite thing to do with those is to hit one, hit the other, and basically make an area where I have to aim to try to hit wherever is in the middle. So of course, like if I throw them wide like I did now, I'm always going to be aiming for the middle. It's a really fun little game I do whenever I throw those. There you go. I'm going to go back to the schmars, the SMARs here. Get some throws with those again. I think I'm going to throw these actually. I was throwing these with the pinch grip, or what we call the Arya Stark, and I was having my neighbor. He was the one that kind of I knew how to throw it this way before meeting him, but he threw what we call the Arya Stark, which is where you pinch the tip and snap it forward. He's been throwing it for over 30 years, and that was the only throw that he was doing for years and years and years. But I taught him another throw, which is super funny because it was actually one of our videos that got him to try what's called an instinctive, which is similar to the Arya Stark, but you actually use your finger to kind of guide it, and then you're also snapping down more of this way versus with the Arya Stark you're snapping like that. So the exit out of your hand is completely different. So like instead of exiting like this, which I'm going to be throwing right now, like this style, the instinctive is like this. And what's cool about instinctive is that you're able to choke up if you want to speed up the throw, or choke down if you want to slow the throw down. So you could throw a half spin from 25 feet away, but you might have to choke up like halfway up the knife and throw that same kind of way. But yeah, for the Arya Stark though, it's going to take me a moment to get back because I was throwing them yesterday, but it's always fun to just pinch the tip here and then snapping down, and then it should do a half rotation to stick into the target. So that's how that works. Should work in theory. And once you get your distance down for these, you're pretty much locked in. One thing that Dustin knows is his distance for these knives. Whatever knife he's throwing, he knows his distance by heart. So he always steps it out, marks it, and he'll stick it every time. And Bodie's gonna go, I think, take a nap. or move to the side. But Bodie, come on. Bodie, come back. I can't be throwing with you there. Get people calling PETA. I'll put you away. Let's go. Come on. You can come inside. Come on. Hang out over there. Good boy. All right. He doesn't want to go inside. He knows I'm throwing still, so he just moved to the side over there. Good boy. Yeah. Okay. Let's throw. So for me, my distance is always like this 15 feet. This is like regulation axe throwing distance. And when I'm throwing the Arya Stark style, I do like to make a point of letting it rest on the kind of like the meat of my hand to give it more stability, and then kind of giving that snap and adjusting that distance. I need an inch closer, but that's it right there. Yeah, that's the distance. So I'm just gonna mark it with my foot just a little bit. It's always a little bit closer than that 15 foot I usually throw from. But yeah, that's that. Let's keep throwing those. I think I'm gonna actually just throw the Arya Stark style for a second, just so I can lock it in, as they say. I don't want to get confused. If anybody's new to knife and axe throwing, I always recommend it. I always remind people, get knives that are exactly the same shape and exactly the same size. Like this 3-pack from DWFKHD will pay you dividends just because you're throwing the exact same axes. Of course, like, you got these 2 axes too. These are the exact same axe, just in different colors. So whatever you're throwing, try to throw the same thing, especially if you're trying to learn how to throw. Like I've got 4 of the same exact knife right here. So highly recommend to get yourself a set of knives, or buying multiple of one style of knife that you really like. Obviously buying one knife if it's kind of expensive, and then seeing if you like it to see if you want to buy more of it. That's what I did early on in my career. Is I bought a bunch of different types of knives, figured out what shapes and which sizes I really liked, and then just kind of went all in on the ones that I actually do like. And then we started working with brands, and I started throwing more knives and different types of knives, and learning how to throw all of them, which is always really fun. But putting these side by side, like this knife. Let me put these 2 side by side. I'm not going to be throwing for a second right now. Anyway, I'll just talk these knives through. But these 2 knives are completely different. Look at that, side by side. On the width and everything, completely different knife. Even the tip is completely different. Like this one has a really, like this way, that tip, the way that tip comes to a point here is actually, I feel like, sharper than this one, just based on how this tip tapers down, because it's so aggressively tapered. But obviously from this angle, that looks like a really dull tip. When you look at it this way, that's a really, really sharp, nice tip for knife throwing. This one's just sharp all around. It's a really tight, thin tip, but it is also it's a slightly thinner knife, but it has a very much different style of tip. So yeah, we're going to be throwing the Schmars, and I'm not going to be throwing these right now, but we'll be throwing the Arya Stark style. And Mr. right here, I'm going to, we don't approve of that. Thank you very much. But yeah, very nice looking knives, dude. Going to get logs. So I might, I gotta go get those logs, but I got a few more. Got a few more in me. Let me get these. Let me get 4 Arya Starks in a row. Let's do that. But let's go. So I'm gonna just snap them in. Let me get that distance. I did mark it out right here, so I should get it. Oop. Oop, gotta actually back it up. Gotta relearn those completely. Hooah for that throwing set. Didn't quite work out. So that's the beauty about going live, is like I can't hide that, knife throwing is hard. It's not all rainbows and sunshine here. It's It's hard work to get these to actually stick sometimes. But when they do, they stick beautifully, like that. 3 out of 4, I'll take that any day. Once I get the 4 in a row, I'll give you guys a walk-up tour of the range here. Let's get 4 in a row before we start talking about that. There you go. It's always the middle pack that wants to stick real nice. So let's get going here. I do notice with the Aryas, though, you have to throw. It's like somewhere in between a lob and a real nice hard throw. And you know when they're going to stick when they exit the finger just right. So they kind of snap down. You snap it down just right, you know when it's going to hit. Yeah. 2 out of 4. Let's get a 4 out of 4. Let's go. Ooh. Let's go. Wow. All right. I'm gonna check if there's any other comments from that one man. But yeah, boom. Oh yeah, the big mosey. I knew it. This man, I'll never say that, man. I'll say never. That's the N word I'll say, mister. But yeah, let's we're having fun throwing in the backyard. There's always that one troll. But the trolls are what make the internet the funnest place around. Gotta be honest, man. Much love to everybody out there, and hope you're having a great night. And it's really fun to be throwing with everybody here. All right, let's throw some more Arya style here. Yeah, once I get those down, they're in there. All right, let's get the 4 in a row here. Just 4, ain't nothing. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. All right. Oh, I wish I had some night vision goggles to see these knives down here. Oh, there you are. Boom. Ooh, rough. Almost. I'm just working on that Arya Stark because I really like it, and I think that's really fun to get them in. It's a really unique style of throw. So once you get it, you're in there. But man, am I losing knives tonight. They're just falling everywhere and not easy to find. Oh. Just show my butt crack off real quick. So I've got 3 knives here. Note to self, bring a light out here next time. Oh, I have a light. Beautiful. Wow. Oh. Where are you? There you are. Oh, wild. That light is busted. Okay. Let's get the 4 in a row. Let's get it. Ooh, I thought that was the 1. I thought that was the 4. But man, this challenge is taking a little bit longer than expected. Yesterday I was throwing these on point. But that's what happens, you know. You lose it, you get it back. So you got to practice to get it back. And here we are, practicing. Who would have guessed? There you go. 2 out of 4 again. And 1 down here. Got my handy dandy light. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna check in the chat real quick. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so these freaking knives, I'm just learning these. I think I've had these knives for 3 days now. Like about, well, what day is it today? Tuesday. Got them last week on. I unboxed them on Sunday. And was it Tuesday? Yeah, so 3 days. I've only been throwing these knives for 3 days, so once once these things are locked in, I've got it, no problem. I've already figured them out for half spin and full spin. No, actually not full spin, but for instinctive, I can stick all 4 of these instinctive right now, but really getting these Aryas down is the mission right now, because I really want to get them to stick just like that every time. It's a different style of throw that I think is a fun one to show your friends, and it's not easy. That's for dang sure. And we always like a good challenge here. That's it. That was the 4. Just like you said, once you figure out the weight and your distance, that's all you need. So that was the 4, and let's show it off. Let's show off that grouping there. They're basically on the same exact line, which pretty stoked about that. That's always nice to see. You either want them in the same line horizontally or up and down, or of course all in the one spot. So, oh heck yeah, Jay! Thank you for the like and subscribe. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you came when you did, because this took me a while to do. It took me, 37 minutes? So, about 10 or 15 minutes of that. Not hardly, actually. It's probably only like 5 minutes to get all 4 in a row. Time is subjective anyway. But thank you guys for joining me, those of you that did. And Jay, I love to see new subs, man. It really means a lot. But heck yeah, dude. Yeah. With that though, I think I do have to go now, because I do have to go pick up those new logs. But there will be a new setup here. I'm gonna actually replace a bunch of logs here, coming very shortly. So don't miss out on the next lives. Hit that like and subscribe now, just so you can hit that bell button or whatever you call it, and know when we're going to be doing this again. I'm really looking forward to updating this setup, because as you can tell, this setup is kind of old now at this point. This log is now running on about a year. This log's brand new actually, but I don't think it's going to last very long, because it's got this huge crack in it already. And when they start cracking, they end up falling apart like our first live did. This log has already has its replacement right here. Beautiful, really nice walnut wood. So this is going to last a really, really long time. I really like walnut for that. And yeah, we're going to change out some of these logs so we can get some better looking logs here. As you can tell, there's different heights. For anybody that knows knife throwing, different heights really makes this a lot harder. So throwing at this log and throwing at this log, completely different distances, so different throws. And of course, like when you're looking at this, none of these are the same height. So, and these are different, even different angles. I really like to keep the different angles and the different heights, because we throw so much in the wilderness that you never know what type of log you might find that you want to kind of throw at. So to limit yourself, or to be throwing at like a completely vertical wall every single day, you're going to want that vertical wall to throw at. You're only going to learn how to throw at that vertical wall, versus here on my setup, you're looking at different size logs. Like I like to throw at this one when I'm trying to get some precision throws. And the one down here is really nice because it's like a different angle. And of course, like this one is a completely different angle. Like that one is basically cocked at a 45-degree angle. So it's always nice and cool to get that going. But thank you guys all for watching. I got to end this because I did promise I'd pick up some logs tonight, so I've got to do it at some point. So peace out, sayonara. See you guys next time. Hit that like and subscribe so you know what's happening next. You're watching Danger's Edge. You're watching Josh throw with Danger's Edge. And it was a pleasure throwing for you guys all. And I'll see you guys on the next session. Peace.